G'day guys, Ron here from Osborne Digital Marketing. Today I'm going to walk you through that age-old question, how to tell if SEO is right for you and your business. Now I get this question a lot, so I've put together a bit of a comprehensive plan any novice will be able to utilize to determine if SEO is the right channel that you should be using for your business. So let's jump into that. Now, you will not need a tool until the later stages, and if you do, I'll walk you through how to apply for that. It's completely free. But everything today will be covered. So you'll be able to walk away at the end of it knowing if you should use SEO for your business and if you'll actually get a return on it. So let's jump into it. Now, the first thing you're going to need to do is do exactly what I've done here. Throw the target keyword, the target service, your primary service, into Google. Let's see what Google's displaying and rewarding. So as you can see here, Plumber Miami, guys. That's what I've placed in here. Now, what you want to look for is specifically at the map pack right here. So check out the map pack, check out who's paying for ads, because that's an important factor. If people are paying money to show up, that generally means that there's money to be had. So if you can see the Google guarantee, if you can see the sponsored stuff, the Google ads right here, okay, this is looking good. The SEO might be an option for you. Keep scrolling down and start to see who's popping as well in the organic listings. You want to ascertain what's going on. You want to ascertain if it's a strong SERP. So Angie's, Yelp, strong. Google is starting to reward these directories. For some reason, they like them now. I don't know. People must really enjoy looking at the listicle version style, but you know, it is starting to moat businesses. But what you want to do is have a look and go through it. So even let's just say if you're in a completely random niche. Now this is a plumber. We all know that 90% of us go onto Google to look for a plumber. Of course, SEO is going to work marvelously well for plumbing services. But what happens if you're in a different niche like staircase repair? As an example, is SEO worth going after? You might be a consultant when it comes to food deliverables. You might be a consultant for product development. You might be sitting there going, is it even worth having a website? Well, this is how you can use it. So jump onto Google and type in those rare keywords like your staircase repair Miami. That might be the main thing that your business offers. Now you can scroll down and have a look. Oh, look, people are paying for the guarantee, but it is pulling in from flooring systems. Kind of not relevant to stairs. Kind of is, but kind of isn't relevant. And as you can see, if we look at the map pack, that's how the untrained eye. So let's just say you don't know if SEO is right for you. This is a great way of getting started, because if you see that there's a listing with no reviews in a quite densely populated area, competition's quite low. So you can ascertain immediately, bang, all right, this might be something to go after. All right. So that's how you can evaluate the SERP. Again, have a look through the SERP, check out what's going on there. Okay, so let's just say, again, you're a plumber and you were sitting there and you're like, okay, maybe I will look at this SEO. I'll see, Ronnie's convinced me enough to maybe have a look. The next step would be evaluating the top competitors. Okay, so back to the plumber example, you can use the staircase example, you can use whatever you might be, an accountant, that type of stuff. Now, you can scroll down to the #1 listing. I'm not going to go to Yelp. I'm not going to go to Angie's. Those guys have bank. They can really push these pages. These guys down here, well, let's have a look at what they're doing to their website. You just want to have a quick look and see, okay, they've got a big team. They're spending a lot of money, obviously, to make their website look quite nice. Like, it's a nice, appealing website. They're done well. They've all come in nice and clean and they've done a photo shoot. So obviously, they're happy to invest the money into depicting a solid image, which is awesome. So that means that they do care about the company's image. They do care about the awards. They do care about structuring and providing an awesome, nice website. Immediately, if it's a nice website, up to date, clean like this, you can start to tell, okay, they might be winning work through their website. So you want to just keep going through, seeing how extensive it is. Now, a free tool that you can use to evaluate the size of a website is this thing up here. Okay, so SEO Quake, this thing right up here, completely free, Chrome extension, you can Google it. Or if you can't be bothered installing an extension, what you can do is go copy and then you can go site, put in your semicolon, and let's have a look at this. So you can see that there's about 280 pages indexed by Google. Now that's not how big the site is overall, but they're the pages that Google has determined are appropriate to be in their index. So that's what they've placed in there. That's a pretty big site. Again, if they're doing that, it's probably because it's worth doing it. So we're starting to put together a picture. If you are sitting on the fence and you're a plumber and you're not sure if SEO is right for you, you might be starting to see that it probably is. So the next few things that we want to start, and you do the same thing for your niche. It's exactly the same process. So the next thing that we want to start doing is have a look at their website. And this is where I was saying that you might need to send it over to us for evaluation. Guys, completely free. All you'll need to do is jump onto the website. So the Osborne Digital Marketing website, big orange button up here, click that. And what's going to happen is a pop-up will appear down here like it just did. Throw in the details in there and we'll perform this analysis so you don't have to go out there and pay $250 just for a quick check. So have a look at this, okay? If we make sure that it's not on Australia and it's on the US, that'd be a good start. So we can have a look and see what keywords it's ranking for, what traffic it's getting as estimates, and if it's worthwhile going after. So we can start to see that's a lot. That's a lot of searches. That's a lot of volume that they're getting through to their website. That's a lot of keywords. I'm starting to see that SEO is worthwhile because these guys are clearly investing in it. Now, the other thing we want to do, okay, we've had a quick look at our competitors. We know what our competitors are doing. Most business owners will know their competitors. So let's look at the volume. So if you come back to the SERPs, now you can install a tool. It's up here. So keywords everywhere. Where are you? There you are. So keywords everywhere. Now you have a few ways of getting like free keyword research. You can sign up for the Google keyword plan or whatever it's called now, or you can just use something like this. It's like $10 and you have, I think it's like 50,000 words. Like it's fantastic. I use this extension just because it's easier to look at the SERP and you can do bulk research with it. So it is a good tool. Keywords everywhere, guys. Just type that into the browser and it'll pop up. But I don't know, it might be a little bit challenging to see, but for the keyword plumber Miami, we can see that there's an estimated search of 1,900 searches every single month for that keyword. So again, if you are a plumber and you're sitting there on the fence wondering if SEO is appropriate for you, well, look at that. So the way you can really determine if it's worthwhile is you need to then start looking at the dollar sign. So how do we determine if SEO is appropriate for us? So think about it this way. You will know what your average job is worth. Now, let's just say plumber, it's $250. Your average job you get paid is $250. So if we were to end up in any of these positions, how many clicks are we going to get? How many times are we going to have those leads? Well, some's going to go here. Some is definitely going here to the sponsored stuff, but most of it will be coming into the map pack. So if you're in the map pack as a plumber, that's the primary spot. That's where you want to be. That's where most of these clicks are going to be derived from. So let's just say we're in there. Okay, let's just say 2,000 searches a month, and you can win 5% of that. That's a lot. That's 100 leads a month. $250 a job. Well, what's that? 25 grand. 25 grand. Now, obviously, that's not all profit, but let's just say, again, for making the number easy numbers, let's just say it's $50 profit you make. Okay, well, it's 5 grand. So it's 5 grand profit that you could make from that alone. That's pretty enticing. So if you were to spend 2 grand on an SEO campaign to get up into these positions for 6 months, so you could spend 2 to get 5, is it worthwhile? And that's where you can start to ascertain. So in the staircase example, we can come over here, staircase repair. And again, you might be an accountant, you might be anything along those lines, guys. It's the same principles. So we can use keywords everywhere. It's displaying when I type in staircase repair Miami, there's donuts, absolutely zero search volume for that keyword a month. But I have a good friend that builds stairs back home in Australia. Now, the thing is, that is a moneymaker. Those are big jobs. Most of the times the jobs are not under $10,000 to build a staircase. So it does produce. But the thing is, it's not a churn and burn like the plumber is. There's not those 2,000 inquiries a month. But you will know your numbers. So let's say a repair is worth a couple of $100 to you, and maybe you would get them 1 call a month. Because even though this says 0, the probability that there is calls coming through for weird leads and stuff like this, it's high. It's high. If you would, I could guarantee you right now that this guy would be getting a few calls a month because of this. Just sitting right here. Guarantee it. So when it comes to the type of services that you offer, you need to really think about, well, if I was in that top position, or if I'm in the map pack, which is relatively easy to do in this niche for this keyword, what's the likelihood that I could get a return on my money? You need to think, okay, well, I might be able to do a repair job for $5,000, what we charge. We make the profit of $1,000 on that job. I'd be willing to spend $500 a month to get 1,000 for a couple of months until we get into the map pack. So that way you can determine if it's worth it or not. However, you might sit there and be like, 0 search volume. I'd only make $20 from that. I'm going to get a few calls. Then SEO is not worth it for you. Now, don't forget that we're only looking at one keyword. That's why I say just grab keywords everywhere. You can have a look at the main keywords that your primary category services, but you can at least ascertain it might be worth it or not. Because honestly, I get this question once a week. Is SEO worth it for me or not? And I want a video that I can send out to people so they can just sit there and really have a good understanding. Is it worth me spending my time, spending my budget on this or a different marketing campaign? So that's how you can determine it. Now, when it comes to obviously the financial ratios that's not an appropriate way of evaluating that. I know that, guys. If you want to learn more stuff about breaking down financial structures and utilizing capital to fund marketing campaigns, jump over and check out Ronald Osborne. That's where I talk about business coaching and business consulting work. So that's where I put my MBA and specialization in finance to actual work. Here, it's more so just a brief overview of how the average Joe can understand if SEO is worth it. Now, I do think that it will be worth it for most organizations that need to be found on Google. However, there are some companies that will not benefit from it at all. We were approached a while ago by a company that contracts with NASA and SpaceX, and they wanted to perform SEO. Yeah. Saw one of my presentations and yeah, it was just, there's no point. They're ranking for their business name and it wasn't really necessary. They're not going to win work through that channel. So it's more so if you are a consumer structure or even B2B type structure, that is when SEO will be worthwhile. But just think about it. Would you go onto Google to look for your service? Follow these steps that I've shown you today. And that way you will know for sure if Google is right for you and right for your business. I hope you've enjoyed it. Make sure you like and subscribe and I'll see you around, guys. Cheers.